right, Mason. All right.
Sweet tea.
I'm gonna get made so much fun of, but it's so good.
What?
The taco salad here is unbelievable.
Oh, you're a taco salad guy.
It's pretty. Look at me. I mean, I can't look like an offensive lineman.
First of all, have you ever been here before? This is Uno Mas.
Yes.
This is a new, of course, this is brand new. You've probably been here more than I have. I've been living here my entire life. So, is this your first time here?
No, man. I've been here like 4 times in 2 weeks.
Really?
Me and my family.
You fish?
Yeah.
Do you really?
I do.
All right, are you like Mason? Every time I see a picture of Mason with a fish, it looks like the same fish.
I've got it strung to the dock.
Do you really?
Oh yeah, he's hooked up in there, and then it's time for a new photo op. I just change the angle. And
That's our theory. I mean,
everybody in
seriously.
the office accuses me of it. That lake, I'm literally gone in different spots.
Yeah.
So either the fish is chasing me around, or I'm just,
You grew up in Georgia, right?
I did.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Marietta, Georgia,
Okay.
and then I went to college in South Georgia,
Valdosta.
in Valdosta. So, and I lived down there, and I coached high school ball down there for a couple of years after. So I've lived in South Georgia for 6 years.
Where in Texas you from?
I'm from North Texas. Yeah, I'm from a small town called Gainesville. You ever been on I-35
Yeah.
going north? We're the last stop before you get to Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, if you're a fisherman, where do you fish out there?
I mean, you name it. You got the Red River right there, so you can fish in that.
When you went to Lubbock, what about a good place to fish in
Yeah,
Lubbock?
you know, I didn't fish in my time in Lubbock. Not one time. So,
Really?
yeah, I couldn't name one.
Both you guys play for Mike Leach, and now coaching with Mike Leach. And so, of course, you play for him at Valdosta. You play for him at Texas Tech.
Uh-huh.
Is there a big difference in the way he coached you compared to what he does now, or is he the same guy?
For me, it's the same guy. Nothing has changed, right? He hadn't changed his approach to how he goes about things changed now. And you're on the inside as a coach.
Right.
Right now, you kind of figure out the why things are going a certain way. But no, for me, it has not changed.
I think for me, I'm starting to feel like grandpa on the whole deal. I'm getting to be the oldest. So I had him when he was a position coach. And I can tell you right now, he hadn't changed. He was probably such a good teacher back then.
You were a running back, right?
Well, I played back there.
Well, I mean-
I wasn't running, I was
Well-
blocking.
He was back.
I was the 6th offensive lineman.
So what you're saying is that you and the guy would flare it out too?
They just didn't throw it to me. Occasionally Matt Mummy would feel bad and drop a ball off, and then I'd get salted. No, I really just was a blocking kind of guy. I was the 6th offensive lineman. If we knew we were gonna have a lot of pressure, I was the guy.
Playing cornerback in the Big 12, how fun was that? Because you knew every single play, you were on an island out there.
Man, it was a ball. And you know, the cool thing was we went against it every day.
Right.
So it wasn't anything new. So when guys started, you know, my second, third, fourth year, you know, people started to migrate towards that. Nearly every school, you know, it was fun for us because it was just like practice.
Well, you led the nation in interceptions. Led the nation in interceptions. And then you go to the NFL. The culmination, I would think, as a football player, would be playing in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, you get to the Super Bowl, you've gone through the media days, it's the highest of highs, and then the lights go out. you go to New Orleans and you play in the Super Bowl. Are you sitting there going, I waited my whole life to get here, and somebody
They didn't pay the bill.
somebody hit the wrong switch. How crazy.
Was that game?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, man. Honestly, for us, it was a good thing because we were getting hammered. So we got to regroup, go back out and make it a game. But yeah, it was crazy. You know, you're sitting there and you're like, I'm in the biggest game in the world, and we don't have lights.
How important is it to have a good relationship with your fellow coaches?
Hey, when you're not feeling right or something's not going right, you're up and down that hall, man, looking for an answer, hoping somebody can help you out a little bit, you know, or see something that you didn't see.
Yeah.
That's the uniqueness of our staff. There are no egos. We're all looking for the result.
Part of that is that we were all, for the majority of us, we were all in Pullman together.
Yeah.
And then we had Wash and Coach Hughes, and well, we knew all those guys before.
Right.
And so it wasn't a big deal for us.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Well, in Pullman, we all lived in the same neighborhood. There was only one
Yeah.
real
One to
place
live in.
where you could live. I mean, there was a bunch of places, but where we all wanted to be together. So literally your kids, you just,
Hang out together.
well, you didn't know where they were. Our back door, I don't know how many times I'm sitting in my house on the couch and Spurrier walks through the back door. Hey, what's going on, party people? He's all like, what are you doing? But now, that's the nice thing about Starkville is there's so much to do here. Great restaurants.
That's the difference.
That's the big
Location, food, things to do.
Things to do. Look, I mean, you're 4 hours from Atlanta, you're 4 hours from New Orleans, you're 4 hours from Nashville.
Yeah.
What am I missing?
You're getting old. You've been away from the game a little bit of time now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
still like you play, but I mean, and I know you've been out of the game for a while, but how's it changed now, recruiting, since the time you were recruited? I mean, you just start looking at social media, you start
Yeah.
looking at everything else, and
Yeah.
Oh, I remember getting the old, this didn't happen, you guys had cell phones, but
Yeah.
I mean, we'd get a letter in the mail.
yeah.
Hey, you've been accepted to Valdosta State. We can't wait for you to be at camp August 5th or whenever report day is. Here's your scholarship check. And then maybe you had to hang out by the kitchen phone with, kids don't even, do you know what the phone is with the ring?
the rotary.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
maybe before you.
My grandmother had one. Yeah.
But you'd sit there and you talk on the phone. You guys were a little bit more mobile. You could move around a little bit.
Yeah, we had cell phones and things of that nature, but the thing we didn't have was, Twitter and
Right.
Instagram, which, multiplies the thing by 1,000.
It's made more kids accessible to us.
Yeah.
You can find a kid a lot easier now.
But that's not always good because, you find a kid you really like and nobody knows about it.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Now you
By the
can't hide
time, by
anybody
the time
either.
you get done with it, everybody knows.
In this state, to be honest with you, that's kind of what it's known for, is the kids that were the diamonds in the rough that nobody ever heard of.
Oh, no, of course.
Nobody ever heard of Elton Jenkins. Nobody had ever heard of, Tyree Phillips, and nobody had heard of Jerry Rice.
Yeah,
A Walter Payton was going to Jackson State. And Southern Miss was looking at him a little bit. Brett Favre ends up going to Southern Miss because that was the only school that was going to offer him a quarterback. And then all of a sudden they blow up, and these guys are making top portion in the NFL.
Yeah.
Do you feel different this year in spring practice than you say maybe did 4 years ago? Just because it was almost like a newness of, hey, dadgummit, we're back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, the things you took for granted, you don't take those for granted. Having spring practice, man, when you get every coach in America, you get halfway through and you're like, man, a little bit. But this year it was, you just enjoyed every moment because you could get so much out of it because you know what the season holds for you.
Right. Again, you get to be around the kids and teach and not hurry up, we got to get this done.
Yeah.
Bombs are going off everywhere, and
you got to see a lot of guys grow up, and that's what spring is for. In the past, you kind of forget that. But like last year with a condensed season and a condensed schedule and all that good stuff, it was getting guys out there trying to get a result, and it wasn't as much as growing guys. And so we got to grow some guys this spring.
who makes the best margaritas in town?
Really?
Absolutely.
I've never had a sip of alcohol in my life. I used a.
Don't tell them.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not gonna ruin.
I was
my
gonna give them
spot.
a blender.
The blender.
Yeah.
Don't you have the Ninja thing?
No, it's a special blender.
Okay, don't do that.
All right, keep it to myself.
That's what
All right.
You have some coaches that I'll leave you alone. You do your thing. You'll feel the wrath if your position doesn't rise to the occasion. You have some coaches that are in every meeting and very hands-on. Where is Mike Leach?
For us offensively, I mean, we watch every single practice tape, everything together. Like it's all. So in him, he actually was the offensive line coach when I played.
Okay.
So we talk about things, but he's hands off to the point where he's not hovering over you. And then it also gets to the point where you don't want to disappoint him. He's not one of these fire and brimstone guys, but you know the cues to know you better get this fixed, So for me, I've worked for both, and I like this a lot more because If you go back and look at all the assistant coaches that Leach has ever had, they're probably the most successful head coaches now in college football, with Lincoln Riley, Seth Luttrell, Ruffin McNeil, Dana Holgerson,
Dykes.
I mean, those guys actually won. And I know some guys have coaching trees that are a lot more prominent, but they don't win. Yeah. And I think that becomes, he lets you do your job and you created the results. So when now you're a head coach or a coordinator, you know what you're doing. You don't have to worry about letting go of the ropes.
Difference in Pullman and Starkville. Both have small populations. You have both schools who have had success, recent success over the last 15, 20 years, Washington State, Mississippi State. What are the similarities between Mississippi State and Washington State?
People. Passionate, hardworking, get your hands dirty people. I mean, that's who we are. I mean, that's who I am. I know that's who you are. I just want to hang out. I want to go to work. I want to work my fanny off, and then I want to get after it. We're going to coach some ball, and that's the people in this area. I mean, I get excited about it. You know, growing up in the South, it's home, but out west in Pullman, it was an agriculture town. I mean, it was the largest, wheat producing county in the nation. Mm-hmm. I mean, people don't know that.
Really?
Yeah, we had farms everywhere.
How excited are you for the fall? I mean, with all the stuff that's going on, you're still in a new spot. You just went through your first spring practice, even though you've been here over a year. How excited are you for September when it rolls around?
Fired up, man, and the kids are fired up because, and we still hadn't experienced our stadium.
No,
we hadn't experienced game day in its totality. So, you know, this is going to be like our first year, man. So we're fired up. It really is exciting.
I mean, just look at this is just an example of a full stadium. Our baseball, the dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that is insane. I mean, I can't imagine 65,000 cowbells ringing at one time.
It's loud. It's loud. It's fun.
Warming up in the student section this year, the O-line's down there, and they start ringing them. I couldn't hear myself thinking there's like 500 people over there.
Right.
I can't imagine 65,000 cowbells.
Yeah.
Hey guys, enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, boss.
Good to see you.
Good seeing you.
Uno Mas was great.
Uno Mas is
Fantastic.
phenomenal.
I ate all my tacos.
One more bite and I'm out.